Every year, there's 20 to 30 prospects vying for a spot in the NBA. And the interviews conducted in these locker rooms after the game are just as important as what these prospects do out on the court. Today I bring you the story of a kid named Vladimir Johnson. See, we've heard about prospects whose fathers were ex-NBA players, ex-NFL players, ex-MLB players, but rarely do you hear a story like this. See, Vladimir was a military brat, but not a typical military kid. See, his father was an American hero, a sniper, sent on a covert op mission to take out a well-known terrorist. Just his father and the spotter laid in a building for hours until he could take the one shot that decapitated the arm, severed the arm right off of the terrorist, and essentially sent him and his spotter on a run for their life. Well, as the story goes, his father and the spotter didn't make it back to the drop zone in time, and had to spend a couple of years in Russia. Well, during this time, his father met a woman, fell in love with this woman, and they had a son named Vladimir. And this guy now is a 6'9", 250-pound defensive specialist. He's hoping for a spot in the NBA. What's going on, Full House? It's K.Spade the Prospect, the big blue Chevy driver, the guy sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP, and as promised, I am back with a new series exclusively for the Full House ENT, and it's the story of Vladimir Johnson, aka the Black Russian. So some of the guys who've been a member of the Wolfpack for a while, you guys heard of this guy before, you probably knew he was coming back. I did change it up a little bit. The first time this guy came around was way back on NBA 2K11. He was a 7'5" guy, and that was strictly because we was playing crew and everybody was 7'5" or taller. But, you know, we're back now. So this guy's a 6'9" defensive specialist, because who does that? I mean, who makes defensive specialists? Nobody but me. So look at Vlad with his first touch going to the basket, one-hand monster mash. Let's go. He said he's a defensive specialist, but he know how to put the ball in the hole. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do that. So I realized that I'm bringing this series a little late as far as NBA 2K14 is just around the corner, and I'm knowing that because, you know, I'm going to port this series over to NBA 2K14, so it's not going to end when NBA 2K14 drops. That's a good thing, and this series will stay exclusive to the Full House. That's something to keep an eye on. Now, part of what took me so long to bring it to you guys was there were some things I wanted to do with this series that I just flat out wasn't able to do. It was out of my control. And, you know, they say better late than never, and I'm hoping that's the case. All right, so let me jump right into the commentary. You guys get a chance to see Vladimir setting a pick for Kendall Marshall. Set him up for a great open look. He couldn't get it to go. Coming back, though, we're going to jump out here, alter this shot, get a rebound. And this is what the kind of things you're going to expect to see this guy do. Get rebounds, get block shots, alter shots. That's what it's about. And I could have easily made an athletic center, you know, made somebody who was going to get 50 points a game. But honestly, for me, I don't know. It kind of gets boring after a while. I mean, with my guy, whether we win or lose, I can come out and drop 50, 60 every night. And, you know, at some point, it kind of gets boring. So look at this. Vladimir, this is his first look at some of the American prospects. He's not accustomed to power forwards being able to step back and pull that mid-range like that. And he was just sitting there looking. But it's all good. On the back end, he's calling for it down low, pump fake, going up strong on Zeller. Zeller's probably never guarded anybody with the strength of VJ, Vladimir Johnson, a.k.a. the Black Russian. So early in this game, the first thing I noticed is Vladimir is slow as shit. He is slow. But look at this. He's trying to run out on the break, and look at the sexy bounce pass. Wow. Anytime you got a center that doesn't mind running the floor, because centers can run, but most of the time they want to save that energy for defense. So see Vladimir out on the break, running, getting the assist. And at the end of the first quarter, we got a tie game out here. Looking pretty good so far. Could be a whole lot better, but pretty good. And keep in mind, I promise you guys, I didn't do I'm gonna play the rookie game 2 or 3 times. Like, yo, this was my first time. I just put it in and I said, whatever happens. Because once again, this series, I don't have to have a great team, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just playing this for fun. Really, this is just for shits and giggles. It's really gonna be a funny series. So you see Vladimir missing the shot, the Brow with his back, and you gotta think about it. The Brow and Vladimir on the court at the same time, that ought to be a great defensive lineup. And if you look at the scoreboard, I guess it is. It's a tie game coming into the second quarter. That rebound and assist to Dion Waiters. At this point, at the end of the half, it's a 10-point lead. So this defensive matchup that we went with, apparently it worked. We're going to go into the half with the 10-point lead. Dion Waiters went off in the first half. He had like 17 in the first half. So I was thinking, yo, if this thing was realistic, Waiters would probably be going top 3. But look at this. At the end of the first half, the one thing they're knocking VJ on is this defense. And he's playing good defense. But 2K wants you to have steals. Even though I'm a center, they want a center to have steals. All right, so you know how that goes. So look at this. Zeller throwing the ball up. Everybody tries to get a piece of that block. Vladimir gets the rebound, the outlet pass on the other end. This time we can't get a score off of it. But at that moment, we had a 12-point lead. Waiters again. Vladimir fighting for position with Zeller. Him and Zeller was going back and forth the whole time, except for at some point they would move Zeller over to the 4 spot. But right here you see Vladimir calling for it, getting it at the last minute and throwing up a circus shot and getting that to fall. Let's go. 6 points, 6 boards. In the Russian league, this guy was a walking double-double. His average was 10 points a game, 12 rebounds, and it would be great if he could bring that to an NBA franchise. Right here, the pass to assist, the rebound, and the outlet pass is really getting things started. Showing he can do more than just force it inside. Right here, a little bit of finesse, if you want to call it that, the up and under, getting it to go off glass. Let's jump into the 4th quarter. At this point, he's flirting with that double-double, really hoping for that. And look at this, a defensive 3-second call negates that play. That was a nice little turnaround pull-up jump shot. We've got to wipe those points off the board. 9 points, 8 rebounds. This time, really showing he could do more than shoot. Dumping it off to Harkless here, who gets his first basket of the game. He was having a rough going until that play right there. Hopefully that'll get him going. But Vladimir crashing the boards here, getting the offensive rebound, trying to put it back up, going to the line for a chance at 2. Only getting 1, and he's going to finish this game just shy of his double-double average. That's all I got for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hey.
We at it again, huh? For my underdog. Let's go. If you let people tell you you can't do things and you believe in that, hey, cut that out, for real. Cut this up, put it on repeat. We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we grinning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog. I ain't have a lot of shit back in my younger days. Had my daddy's temper, hidden up under my mama's ways. So I got laughed at, looked over, stepped on. But never did I quit, I kept on. Was brought up in the church but had a little sinner in me. Labeled as a loser but I had a lot of winner in me. Bitter with a cold heart, I had the winter in me. Then I got up off of my ass like I had a splinter in me. I took that image of me failing and I plastered that. In my mind and everything I tried, I mastered that. Got my muscle up, then I got my hustle up. Marketed myself until I built the base of customers. The quiet dude, look at me now. The shy dude, y'all can't hold me down. And it's a bunch of others doing the same. Bitch, we like a gang and I'm running things. The underdog.
Money team.